Hey guys, it's by Diana Myers, and tonight is Chat and Create. And tonight we're going to do ATC cards. If you don't know what ATC cards is, Artist Trading Cards. And we have a group of us. Used to be a chat inside my page, which if you want to join, let me know. We call ourselves the Rose Chicks and the Artsy Rose group. Here's some of them. Little flamingos. Doing watercolors tonight and some pastel oil crayons. I'll show you a few tricks. If you've watched my watercolors before, I have a ton of tricks. Some fun stuff. And these are the size of a playing card. And I have little things you can get in the guide section that you put on the back that says the name of the thing and your name and what you did and the date and all that kind of stuff. You can get them too in my paid group. Not paid group, in my free group. I'll put the link up here. The Artsy Rose group, pin right there. And there's other ephemera that you could use on these. Hey, cat. So tonight we're just going to do those. I also, you guys in the ATC group, I haven't pulled names for the winners. I do it like a winner every month. I'm going to do that Saturday. In the meantime, I do have classes over there on Saturdays at 4 o'clock and every week here at 7 o'clock. Go to the events section on your page and you'll find me on there with different classes twice a week. Usually I put what I'm doing, sometimes I don't because I don't always know. But anyway, so I went and I cut the cards out. The size of a playing card. I just took the playing cards and I just measured it. I measured it. I'll make a layer on it. It's here somewhere. I took a playing card. I just measured it. And you can use cardstock. I use watercolor paper. You could use anything. You don't have to put anything in the back unless you want to. But I'll show you what we do. So this is some watercolor paper. I use it. Use this just about for everything. It's Nocci, K-O-N-C-C-I. It's on Amazon. And I have an Amazon store if you're looking for stuff. Hey, Lori. So, let me see what else I'm going to tell you. Oh, and once you get going, if you're doing ATCs, we trade back and forth. Some people trade all the time. Some people once in a while. Some people take a break. Some people catch up 3-4 months later. And some people just, randomly. So, and you can just see what we're doing. The advantage of doing little ATCs is this. I used to do cards. Sold them in my shop. I was a hairdresser too. And the thing is, you get to learn different things. Like this is watercolor tonight and some pastel oil crayons, but you could use all different things. I have done all kinds of stuff from paper, you name it. So it's a great way of learning a lot of things without spending a lot of money and learning all kinds of techniques and having a lot of fun and make some friends. So anyways, it's like one of the cheapest things you can do. So anyways, here's the book. I'm going to show you the book. Now I haven't got all of them in here yet, guys. I still got a pile I haven't even done yet. So here's my book of ATCs that we've done the last couple years. This is a baseball book, basically. We put baseball cards, look. Oh, I even keep the stamps that are different. Isn't this great? All the holidays. I don't know if you can see this right side up. We do themed ones every month. I do a yearly calendar, whatever our theme is. You can do whatever you want. And obviously, like October is like pumpkins and, that kind of 4th of July. We did she did a Betty Boop. All different things. All different types of techniques. Stickers, sparkles, Posca pens, watercolor, collage. It's a great way to learn things. If you don't know something, you could ask the girl in the group how she achieved it. Usually they put it on the back of the card. Different things you could use like sparkles, stencils, just all kinds of things that you could learn in an ATC group. Aren't these great? I'm down to just 3 pages, and I think I'm gonna, maybe 5 pages. I think I'm gonna end up filling them. So I got a pile and a half. So and I keep little extra things that I just think are fun. Little egg thing, I just think this is cute, so I kept them. But it's just like a little memorabilia book. But it is great, something you can look at later. You never know, somebody in here might get famous and you're going to have all this famous people stuff. There's a few of them that are real artists. I mean, they really are, so good fun. Anyways, if you want to join my group, all you got to do is say, I want to join the ATC. You can just go over and look, because I separated it. So you got to go into Messenger. It's no big deal. All right, so here's the cards we're going to do. And like I said, I took I can't think today, watercolor paper, and I cut them out to size with a basic playing card size. What is it, 3.5, 2.5, something like that. Barb knows. I don't think she's on here tonight, but that's what it is. So let me get you up here. Now, if you've never been here before, I'm been teaching art about 45, maybe more years than that. As long as I had my second daughter, I've been doing art. I've been teaching about 10, 11 years. I've been on Facebook teaching for 7 years. I've had the Artsy Rose group, I think, 4 years, and I had the garden palette for 5. So I've been doing this a while now. I've been doing paint parties 11, 12 years, but I've been painting. I started as an oil painter for 20 years, so I've been painting a long time. And I am self-taught, which a lot of artists, even the masters, are self-taught. And I try to not only teach you painting, but I try to make you become, more self-confident. Just give you some inspiration, and just so you can become a better artist. And I teach all kinds of stuff. I use different tools. I don't make it too pricey, and I do believe in using the good stuff. But as you're starting, you can kind of play with all different things, which you will learn with me. You can use just about anything to make art. So that's what I do. And like I said, I'm here every Thursday, and I'm here every Saturday and every other week for my my other group, the Garden Palette. So let's turn this back around. Show what I'm doing. All right, so I also got this. These are great for if you want to distress ink. I buy whatever. I don't think this is just distress ink. It's just ink. So I take this and I take it around my cards. It just gives us a real finished look. Now I don't put nothing on the back. Like I said, I have in my group, if you go over there, in the guides section, you will see, I was going to bring some out. It's like you just put it on with a glue stick, and it has some of them are really pretty, and it just kind of finishes it off. Same thing, I did all of them like that. So let me show you some watercolor techniques. And this is cute. Instead of doing them standing up, I did them kind of in the water, just hunting around for shrimp. That's how they get their pink colors, from the shrimp. I didn't know that. So let me show you some different watercolor techniques. To get this funny sky, I just use actually a tissue, a paper towel, whatever you got. Where's my paper towels? Right here. A tissue, a wet wipe, anything. First, you want to get yourself some watercolors. And I use a lot of King Art because the prices are good and it's good quality. I have one of their watercolor things, which I've had forever. And I do have Arteza, which I will fill up a couple of slots. I have like the tube stuff, which when I carry my art with me, I just refill the little thing I have with tubes of paint. But it's kind of messy looking, but I've been using it well. So maybe since I started. So I would say it'll run you around less than $20. This one might be a little bit more. There's a smaller one, it's less than 20. This has quite a few colors in it. And if you feel like you gotta know the colors, there are ones that have like a groove on top and it'll have all the lists of the colors. And some people will make a color chart by getting the colors out and match them up. Maybe it's close to cerulean blue or cobalt, make little color blocks. Okay. So what you want to do first with your watercolors is you want to get them gummy. You want to get them wet. Preferably a spray bottle, which I don't have right now. So I went through earlier and I just kind of wet everything up. And mostly the greens and blues and browns I'm going to use for the sand. And the pink for the flamingos. Just get them nice and wet. Give them a few minutes to get wet. It's funny, I'm doing face painting right now, just for something different. And the big thing with them is they're kind of a watercolor, kind of a greasy watercolor, almost like a squash, if you know what that is. All right, so what I'm gonna do is, I got this other piece of, so I don't get everything wet. Watercolors can make everything really wet, so have something underneath you that you ain't gotta worry about it. So after I got it wet, I'm just gonna go in. I have a big watercolor brush, a great big one. And I'm going to, any kind of brush, it's gonna hold some water. It doesn't have to be, any kind will do. And I'm going to just wash this with some blue, any blue, about halfways. And then to get that like sky, one way of doing it is to just kind of go in here and just blot. Isn't that cool? If you want a little darker, you can still add a little more blue if you want, like on the horizon. Yeah. Interesting, huh? You color in the areas with more blue around it. You have to, it's just a little trick to darken up the clouds stand out more. Alright, so that's it. Pretty easy, right? Now you want to do the bottom. I did like an orange and a brownish color. Anything you got. I did an orange and kind of a sienna, some type of brown. And then I just kind of washed it across the bottom. We're going to let that dry. Usually I use my blow dryer. We'll sit that there for a minute. And then we're going to do this. Same thing. I'm going to do that one like in a pink sky. Pink. Like about the middle of the canvas, in the middle of the paper. About like that. And then I'm going to pick up some blue. Right next to this, it's going to make this kind of purpley. Bring the blue all the way to the top. There you go. And the bottom, I want to do like a yellow. A little bright. I can take some off. Just take your brush and soak up anything you think is too dark. There you go. So now I got two little canvases to work on. Alright, I'm going to blow dry these. I'm going to blow dry out. Just try them a second. Now they're starting to buckle. This is a pretty heavy paper, 180, 140. So if you use something smaller like 180 or 90, it might buckle up more, so you want to tape it down. These are so small though, and you're going to be mailing them. I think I would definitely stick about something a little firmer. Like maybe you could use like a, any kind of 140 to 180. It's a heavier pound paper. Like I said, you just get some paper and just cut it up. You could use cardstock. A lot of that is heavier. I also have postcard paper. That's pretty heavy too. So the watercolor paper seems to work the best for these. You just hold your finger down and dry it. And once you dry it with a hot dryer or one of those hot guns, it'll flatten right out. See? There you go. I just blew everything over the other side of the room here. Alright, so now you can do your flamingos one of two ways. You can, I just did them with a smaller brush with pink. But you could do a Posca pen too. I'll show you what I did. I just made like crisscrosses, kind of roundish. That's the body. Then I'm going to do one on the other side. They're driving. I got to put the sun in here. And all I did was a crayon. You can use a regular crayon. These are what they call pastel crayons because you can wet them and use them, or you can just use them like regular crayon too. So, pill crayons. You can smush them together. Alright, so let me see if anybody's up here today. Who wants to talk to me? I've been swimming all week because I've been so busy with my art stuff. I got 2 more paintings to do. Paint price, fall's starting to come. We're going to start getting real busy. There you guys are. Okay. So I made myself a sun with the crayon. I'm going to make one here too. Like right here. Where I'm going to do my palm tree. Alright, so then I took a black magic marker, or a black, this is an Arteza felt tip pen. I have a set of them. And I just did, oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do the most important part. You gotta do the little neck. Well, that's too small. I could get a smaller one. Do their head coming down like this, like that. That's good. Then I just do the little beak. Then I do the legs. You know how they have those funny legs. Then I do like they're in the water. I do this round thing like that. And I kind of put a round part like that. Like that. There's the head. There's the beak. Then the legs. You do them any way you want. So now you get yourself some flamingos. Got his neck kind of big, but that's okay. They have kind of a black beak. So. I did 2 of these, so I'm going to do another one. And then this one, I did a brown up the side with brown watercolor. Or you could use your crayon, you could use your Posca pen. This is just different ways of doing the watercolors. We'll do this one's a little more complicated. I'll show you how to do that. And I'm just going to come around and make like an arch with some brown, like this, right down to the bottom. And flick this way, like that. Let that dry a second. Now you could do this with a toothbrush, but I didn't go find one, but I'm just going to do it with a small brush. With a toothbrush or even a, I might try it. Or even like a palette knife. Or, you know, a credit card. To make the frowns. Just to make it look more like a palm tree. Now you could do it with the crayons too. I'm going to try it with the palette knife. I love the palette knife with my watercolors. I'm going to wet the tip just like I'm doing a brush. I'm going to pick up some green. I'm going to, just like you're using a brush, but you're going to use a palette knife. Or you could use your brush, or if you got one, a toothbrush would be cool too. I've done that. Play around with things you got in the house. It's always fun, right? Make them like really long. Scrape right through it. You pick up a couple different greens and you get a different look. This fun? Simple techniques give you some fun stuff. You can do this on anything. You can use your acrylic paints too if you want to do something big. I'm going to put some over here. Just because I feel like there should be something in this corner. Kind of fill it out. Pick up a darker green too, a little bit darker green. There. Palm tree. Now, I just took my black magic marker or felt tip pen, or you could use paint. Use paint and just make kind of a highlight under the sun. I mean, you don't have to, but I felt like it should be blue, so I just kind of did like this. There's another one. I think the second one came out better, don't you? Sometimes that happens when you're playing with stuff. Alright, so this one is a little more complicated. Have you guys ever seen the one where I roll the paint? I do the softer multimedia paper and I roll it. We're not doing that, but this reminds me of that technique. I'm going to do the big brush with some blue again and some purple. I'm picking up some blue. I'm going to do most of the card. Most of it. And then I'm going to, oops, my paper towel blot again. I had lost my paper towel. Where I think it is. It's over here. And I'm just going to kind of start blotting. And I'm going to do some purple too. Just kind of run some purple through here. You can take your, add colors around your clouds. They're going to dry later. Remember that, they're going to dry later. So you can let them dry and add more color. Let them dry. They'll dry later and then come back and add color. Now the bottom I did kind of a greenish color. I just went straight across like that first. And we're going to let that dry. Watercolor you can do in layers. Oh, it's always kind of light to dark. With oil and water, it's always dark and you put light on top. This is just the opposite. You're going to start out lighter and you're going to build your watercolor color. It's a little darker on the bottom. Watercolor, you tend to get things dirty underneath. That's why some people take them down because they don't want this to happen. But most of the time you would put an ATC, you glue it on. It's kind of a thing that tells you what you did, what's your name, what kind of product you use, anything, and the date. And it's in my guide section, you'll see them. But if you're worried about getting the back wet, and getting, because that happens with watercolor, you could tape it down. Alright, so you can get a nice rim too. Okay, so I'm going to do this a little darker. It's a blue and a little bit of like a brown, just a tiny bit. I want it to look a little dirty. A little more blue. Alright, let this dry. I think landscapes is one of the most easiest things to do with watercolor. I think I do a lot better by landscapes with watercolor. I don't know why. I think it's just because it's a simple technique and I'm a fast painter. I think that has something to do with it. So I'm just going to take this and make a little. Always got to have a definite line, and whenever you're doing watercolor or any kind of landscaping, most important part is to make sure you have a even horizon. So I'm just taking my crayon, I'm going to make another sun. It's pretty big, but it's okay. Then what I did, I made kind of a lighthouse, if you will. Wherever you want. First, they would have little houses for storage and stuff. Make kind of an island here. And then I made a boat. It's just dry enough. I think I dry a bit more for my boat. I colored that in. boat, I just did a line down. Do kind of a hull. I don't really know about boats. I just know what they kind of look like. And then I did a sail and then a baby sail. Like that. Yeah, and then I did kind of, there's water in the wake of it. Go like this. I'll take some more yellow. I'll take a brownish yellow. And I kind of just did this. And let's see. I colored in everything. Kind of an orangey yellow right here. Right here. I figured there'd be some reflection off the sun, these colors, so. You put some on here if you want to. All right. Orange here. Wet these. You wet these to get a different effect. I just dropped the whole thing down in my water bucket. You guys, go! I gotta get a shorter water bottle for this. Oh, I can't get in there. I got it. I got a bunch of bottles over here. Alright, so we got landscape. We got flamingers, boats, palm trees. I think I might have enough to give you guys for ATC. I got some over there too. I'm just doing you guys' cards this week because I'm waiting on, I do the prizes and I have the big envelopes. I'm out. So they should be here Sunday. So I'll get them out next week. All right, so cute, huh? I think we'll do one more flamingo. Let's do a big flamingo. These came out cute though. Let's do a big flamingo. I'll make the background blue again. We'll do a big one, just one. Keep it light because I want the paint to show. I got all my Posca painting here. They're out in the other room. I'm doing 2 paintings out in the other room, so a lot of my stuff's out there. Alright, and let's do a beachy color. Orange and a brown, or a yellow and a brown. You get yourself a little beach. Go. Let that dry. Aren't these fun? They're easy. I hear you. Yeah, so you cut all the cards out first, and you can just work away. Now I showed you how you can do. I had it all measured out. I think it's in the group. Where I think it ends up being 9 cards on one sheet. It's a template. You can do that too. All right. I would say do a Posca pen with the body of it, but I don't have one here. Why don't we try doing it with, let's do it with the pastel oil pens or crayons. Let's see if we can get it to, this one's a light one, it's a little darker. Let's try darker one. You can experiment with me. Ooh, that's good. That's like a salmon pink, almost the same color. Let's do a little bit bigger. Then you could do the neck up here, but I want to do it like it's down in the water looking for shrimp. And you could do the legs too, but I do that with the pen. But if you got a Posca pen, you can do the same thing. I don't know if I can color, you can color over this. And I got a little beak. Then I got the legs. And you get one leg this way. And you could just do a little water circle if you want to. Let's do a sun. And you could do a palm tree too if you want to. Let's do this just like this. Get a small brush, color it in with brown. We're at the beach. And let's find a really tiny brush. Let's do some fronds. Sure they're long. Do some different colored greens. I need a darker one. You can add green and blue together, you get a darker color. Oops. A little flowed together, but you know something? I like that when it happens. It looks more like a real watercolor to me. Alright, so we got yourself another little watercolor picture. And you could put something like hi. Or maybe whatever, peeking of you, I just made that up. So anyways, you get these nice little cards, and they're pretty easy to do. I do mostly, newbies and people looking for different ideas, hobbyists, so this is something you can do. If you want to join the group, just let me know. Say, yeah, I want to join the group. I want to join the ATC group. And what else? I will see you Saturday. Make sure you follow that link. We're going to do more ATC. I'm not sure what yet, but we're doing ATC. I'm doing mostly summer stuff this week. So we're going to pull the names of the winners for the card from last month, from the cards. ATC cards, and I already picked the winners, Lori and Tammy, because I couldn't decide. Lori did everything. Tammy was pretty close, I think, or she did all of them. But I fell in love with one where she had the girl with her legs and all the stuff's in between her legs, and Lori was knocking it out of the ballpark. So it was like, something on both of them. So so now I haven't even gone through all the stuff for the cards yet, which is my next project. So anyways, guys, have a great night. I hope you guys do a couple of these, and I will see you Saturday at 4 o'clock. And if you're new here, make sure you say hey. If you watch, rewatch, put hashtag rewatch so I know what you like and what you're watching and who's watching. And whenever you like or share, I get paid pennies, but I do get paid every time you like, share, comment, post your pictures, anything you want. It's all good, and it gets me out there without paying money. Gets me out there. It's a fun thing, so people can see the stuff that I do, and I can teach more people. So you guys, I hope inspiration finds you wherever you go, and I will see you next week or Saturday, and have a great night, guys. I'll see you later. Bye, guys.